Just a little disclaimer before the video starts. Don't take my rant on Angry Birds 2 seriously. Take it as if it was a big fricking joke. And before any of you type your 5-year-old maturity hate comments on my video, just let it be known that Angry Birds 2 is just not a good game. Well, time for the intro. Hey, it's Zach, with a very original video, a rant on Angry Birds 2, a sequel that sucked compared to the original Angry Birds. And what do you mean it sucked? It looks good. Well, allow me to explain why the game sucks and has flaws. Well, let's get to the rant on why I think Angry Birds 2 sucks. Now, let's start with the levels. Now, they look pretty typical. They're kind of generic, and they're pretty much the same every time. They are the same. They're literally just copy and paste. Copy and paste here, copy and paste there, put some pigs over there, put some pigs in there. Yeah, put some of these, and yeah, it's just, there's no creativity. This game lacks creativity compared to the original Angry Birds. It's literally just a copy and paste game. And how many levels there are, there's so many levels in this game. It's like Candy Crush Saga. In fact, I will mention that it is basically a Candy Crush Saga ripoff in some cases, because of the lives, and then you have the boring levels. You have lots of levels. It's like an endless cycle of just torment from this crappy game. Yeah, with that out of the way. Yeah, like I was saying, levels are basically just copy and paste, and they lack creativity. Angry Birds 1 actually had creativity in their levels. You could see that. You could see that they actually had creativity. And you'll see throughout the video, because I have some Angry Birds 2 gameplay, that there is no creativity. Most of the structures you'll see all the time, they're basically just these towers, these things. Heck, there are a few mech suits. And yeah, there's also these weird floating structures suspended by balloons. Yeah, those too. It's kind of unoriginal, because every level they just use this copy and paste thing. It's really lame. It's so boring. It just makes the game just boring to play, and you're like, oh crap, here we go again. Yeah, well, let's move on to the next thing I have to rant about. Since we were talking about normal levels, let's talk about the boss levels. What do I think of them? They're outrageous. They're unfair. In fact, in this video, the gameplay I'm showing, that boss I was fighting, the foreman pig boss, that one is the most unfair one I came across. But I beat it in one try, which is just crazy, because I kept on losing to that boss a couple days ago, but for some reason I beat it. I guess my luck just was different. This game just kind of is luck, randomness. It's kind of crappy because of that. The whole copy and paste structures, they can be different. So there is some randomness there on what the structures could look like. But yeah, the boss levels. Usually they make you waste your birds on crappy structures, and then when you finally get to the boss pig, you have hardly any birds left, 2 or 3. In fact, in the foreman pig boss in this video, I had 2 birds left. So yeah, I had to waste all my damn birds on those stupid structures. But for some reason, I finally beat it. I thought I was going to lose again. Yeah, there are 3 boss pigs. Chef pig, foreman pig, and then king pig. I do dig the Angry Birds 2 style they've used for this game. It's nice. It's not that I don't like the original style, it's just, yeah, I like the Angry Birds 2 style better, but yeah. I guess that's one way to differentiate the game, but even then, they've at least changed some things here and there. Yeah, well, let's move on to the next thing. Well, let's talk about the birds. And what do I think of the birds in this game? I think they're actually great. Except for one. Silver. Ugh. And Silver is basically she basically just loops over a thing and then destroys it. Yeah. And there's hardly any structures that are basically good for Silver. Yeah. Most of them are just these crappy towers and then floating structures. Like I was saying, how I use Silver is usually just make her headbutt something by using her ability. Usually it works all the time. Because there's hardly any structures to use her on. It's crap. It's just kind of a crap level, crap bird, crap gimmick. It's just another crappy insert to make it look a little different. And I actually thought that Silver was actually a replacement for Hal, the green boomerang bird. But nope. Hal is in the game now, along with Bubbles and Stella, which I'll be talking about soon. And why I have to rant about them as well. Yeah, well, let's rant about those three birds. Now, let's talk about those three birds. Hal, Bubbles, and Stella. Where do I start? Now, the way you unlock these guys is basically, you have to get, a lot of feathers, which are basically the way to level up your birds in the game, which, I'm not saying that's bad, it's just, you have to gather this many feathers to unlock the bird, or wait 6 days, and well, I almost unlocked Bubbles by getting all the feathers, so I ended up waiting 6 days, which it wasn't so bad. And I was excited to have another fine addition to my collection. Sorry for the General Grievous reference, but whatever. I was saying, a fine addition to my collection, since I unlocked Bubbles first, because I was like, I like the color orange, plus he'd be probably pretty useful against all the crappy generic structures, and, well, I was right. But here's a catch. You have to wait after you use them for 4 hours. So after you use them, you have to wait 4 hours, and then you get to use them again. And then you have to wait 16 hours. Oh my god. And then I unlocked Hal, and then I unlocked Stella today. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass unlocking all three of them. Because I didn't get enough feathers for Stella or Hal. Because, yeah, it was kind of unfair that you have to wait a long time to unlock them. Even though, good there was no stupid pay-to-win bullcrap inserted in there. But later on, I'll be talking about pay-to-win stuff. In fact, there's some pay-to-win bullcrap involving those three birds. Now, you don't have to wait. You could fork over a bunch of gems to wake them up. Now, gems are garbage. Yeah, I thought I'd say that. Yeah, it's just kind of stupid you have to wait after you use them, but at least you have three, so you could switch through all of them. So you use one, you use the other. You use one, you use the other. So at least you could probably have an advantage at that. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, ranting about them. I'll have to talk about the pay-to-win bullcrap soon. Because, oh boy, this is where this game really falls apart. But before we do that, let's talk about the worlds and, the level types. Well, you have, 3 level types, which is kind of boring. You get, Cobalt Plateaus, you get Pig City, and then you get Bamboo Forest. And that's pretty much about it. And there are actually a few other unique worlds, like Mount Evernest and some other ones, but you unlock those later on. And how many damn things you have to beat? So many of them. And they're all just kind of funny pun names, like Shangham, yeah, Mount Evernest, and there's also Enchanted Woods, Pigsyland, United Steaks of Ham-America. I'm not making these up. That's what they're called. Yeah, I do find the, parodies of, places around the world funny, but it's just, they all look the same. It's like when you order something at, a fast food restaurant, and they basically, you're like, I don't want onions and ketchup on this. Then they, you take it back, you give it to them, and then they freaking give it back to you, and it still has onions and ketchup on it. I'm not saying I hate those, it's just, yeah, it's basically they serve you the same old crap. They didn't do anything to it. They're like, it's fine. He doesn't have to like those. Yeah, whatever. They literally just were so lazy. It was just another copy and paste thing. Sure, there might be another gimmick or such, but that's about it. The worlds are so boring. There's literally 3, and then you unlock a few others, but other than that, it's just boring. Well, let's talk about more garbage this game has before we talk about the pay-to-win bullcrap. Well, there is a way to get a bunch of stuff like feathers and such, because I had mentioned feathers before. Chests. There are 3 types of chests. Common, which you unlock for free. Rare, which you unlock for 80 gems, and then Legendary, which you unlock for 900 gems. And the drop rates for these treasure chests are bull crap. They are terrible. It's just pretty bad. I forgot the drop rates of them. And for the legendary one, it's not legendary. You're mostly going to get magic rarity, which, yeah, that's not legendary. Where's my legendary? And for the commons, you'll get either common or uncommon. And for the not the uncommon, the rare, you'll get like a few other ones. Like, you won't get legendaries. You'll get a few magical rewards. You get a few things sprinkled in there. But the chances for getting those are so low. And most of it's just uncommon crap. Like, come on. You need to make the chances better of getting better drop rates. They're like those crappy loot crates you get from EA and such. Like, it's literally just that. And the legendary chests are so overpriced, it's just not going to be worth it saving up 900 gems for that crap. There is another thing you could get from those chests. Spells. They're basically Angry Birds 2's equivalent of Angry Birds 1's power-ups. Yes. So yeah, spells. Where do I start? Again, you have golden ducks, and then you have like the chili pepper one, or yeah, I think it was a chili, and then you have like blizzards, yeah, Dairy Queen blizzards, and then you have Pig Inflator, DeviantArt, and then you have the Mighty Eagle. That was from the original. Yeah. Now, spells, you can either get them from free for like, what I'm trying to say here is you can get them for free in chests, or you could buy them with gems if you're out of them. But yeah, I usually try to save up my spells in this game. I'll usually use them if it's an emergency, which is all the time now because the levels are getting harder. Yeah, like I was saying. So yeah, spells are garbage. Again, sure, they're really useful and helpful, like it always emphasizes. Spells are really helpful, but it's just kind of outrageous. They're basically like, they're forcing you to use these every time. And if you're out of them, fork over your gems. Now pay up. That's what it's basically like. It's just, yeah, it's like Angry Birds if it was made by EA. Oh my god. Angry Birds if it was made by EA, anyone. If you lost the level, pay $5 to try again. Oh my god, I shouldn't give them ideas. Well, let's talk about more crap. Now let's talk about one that just was so stupid, I have to mention it. Hats. Angry Birds hats. Oh my god. Who on earth wanted to give the Angry Birds hats? Like, really? Like, seriously? And you know what's even more stupid? You need to use hats for your birds to, like, higher up your scores, and then you have to also, yeah, and it makes your slingshot better, yes. What were you thinking, Rovio? What were you thinking? And how many joints have you been smoking? And how many shots of straight vodka and whiskey have you been drinking when you came up with giving the birds hats? Like, why on earth would you want to give the birds hats? What's the point? That's the point, Sergeant. Just what's the point? Even my mom said it was stupid. Like, it was so dumb. Just mobile games today are so retarded that it makes you just want to think, what are these people thinking? It's so stupid. And the way you buy these hats or get them is you can get them from chests, which are bullcrap, or you could buy them with black pearls. And I'm sure there's no way to get black pearls, except there's a few ways to get them without buying them. So I think you can't buy black pearls. You can get them from chests. Like I'd said, there's also another way to get them, arena mode, which I'll be talking about soon. And then there's also another way to get pearls is from the like hat shop, that there's this pearl chest that usually you open it, there's like, basically I'll explain how chests work. Like all the chests work. They have like a card, you pick one, and there's like random rewards. One of the like cards has the best and the other has garbage. Or it could have several good rewards and you pick the garbage one, because I got really unlucky once. But yeah, like I was saying, usually the pearls will be crap. I got lucky one time and I got like 600 out of it. But yeah, why am I talking about my luck in this game? But like I was saying, it's just the hats are stupid. Yeah, more bullcrap! I mentioned Angry Birds Arena Mode. Well, let's talk about Arena Mode. And well, it's basically online player version of Angry Birds. Yeah, you have to face off against one person. So yeah, it's basically a 1v1. Yeah, it's basically just a mirror match, like I was saying. Now, you fight off against, I'm assuming either a real person or a bot. I'm always assuming people are bots because they just have these weird names. Like, yeah, I just assume they're bots because of their names. They just sound like computer players. Yeah, like I was saying. Yeah, you fight. You have to, like, get a higher score than your opponent. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. You have to destroy as many structures as possible. Many boring copy and paste structures. But yeah, it's pretty mundane, but yeah. If you get enough stars, you get, like, the first place prize for each tournament, which is 100 black pearls and then 300 gems. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those 300 gems are going to be going down the toilet soon. Yeah, let's talk about more bullcrap, since I just don't really give a damn about Arena Mode. It's addictive, but I just don't give a goddamn. I don't give a good goddamn. Moving on! There is another way to get loot besides Arena Mode and treasure chests. The Tower of Fortune. Or should I say, the Tower of Misfortune. Ha 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 ha! Yeah. The Tower of Misfortune. Yeah, Tower of Fortune. Now, basically, there are 4 cards for each floor. You pick one. 3 could have treasure. 1 could have a pig. The first one has no pigs in it, and there's just the treasure. Second floor, 3 cards, 1 pig. If you choose the pig, he takes your loot. So yeah, the piggy stole your loot. And you can either pay up, watch an ad, or give up. Even though I'm pretty sure nobody has gotten a pig at the second floor, but pretty sure that they've gotten a pig at like a higher up floor, like probably, let's say, floor 30 or floor 10. And there's like, oh crap. And then the piggy steals your loot. You could either pay up, watch an ad, or give up. And obviously, I'm a cheapskate, so I watch an ad. Then when that ad watching opportunity is gone, I pay 20 gems. And then if the piggy steals my loot again, I have to pay 50 gems. And then that's most likely where I give up, because I'm like, gems are garbage. So yeah. Like I was saying, Tower of Fortune, more like the Tower of Misfortune. So yeah. You could also get hats from floor 10, floor 20, floor 30. Basically like floors at like double digits or whatever. You could get hats from those, but yeah, let's just say Tower of Fortune is outrageous. It's unfair. So yeah, more crap to talk about because there's still more. More! Now, time to talk about why it's a Candy Crush Saga ripoff. Well, first of all, it has lives. Second of all, it has boring levels. Third of all, it has lots of levels. And fourth of all, what else does it rip off? Facebook? Yeah, it rips off that. Yeah, and there's also, there's really bad pay-to-win stuff. Yeah, it's a Candy Crush Saga ripoff. Not to mention, also, there is Angry Birds Match, which is basically a Candy Crush Saga ripoff. Well, let's talk about the pay-to-win bullcrap next. Ugh, where do I start with the pay-to-win bullcrap? Where do I start? Ugh. Alright, first of all, if you run out of birds in a level, you have to pay 60 gems to get 3 birds. And probably a spell. Yeah, is it really worth it? It's about 20 gems per bird, doing the math. So is it that worth it? Is it worth it? Is it really that worth it to spend 60 gems on 3 birds just to clear 1 level? Is it worth it? Well, let's talk about more. Now, what else is there? But yeah, like I was saying, it's just terrible. And most of the like stuff in the Tower of Fortune is usually useful, like spells and gems and stuff, so it's even more pay to win, which is just, yeah. In fact, about pay-to-win stuff, for the daily quests, you have to claim your gem letter, which, how do you do that? It says you have to buy it from the shop if you tap on it. If you tap on the quest, it shows you what you have to do. And yeah, you have to buy it from the shop. You have to do that. You literally have to pay money just so you can complete a stupid little quest in a game. So that literally is pay to win. It literally is pay to win. Yeah. And let's just say the reward is just more feathers. Even though I'm pretty sure I could just get those from the nearest treasure chest. Or dare I say, Tower of Fortune. Honestly, this game is just what I call just... It's just a big dumpster fire is what it is. It's too ambitious and yet it's just... Yeah, it's just... It depresses me in the fact that Angry Birds, one of the most popular games of all time, has stooped this low. Even though, dare I talk about the others like Evolution or... Oh my god. Match or any of the other ones just... Oh my god. I bet if they made an Angry Birds 3, it would be made by EA Games because Rovio decided to team up with EA Games. Like, hey, can you make this pay to win? Yes, we'll make you pay $5 if you lose a level. So yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed my rant. That's all for now. Bye.